Heyyo, Go Format players, it's Skilled Brown Magician here, and I'm here with the Concealed Dinos replays. But before we get into the replays, I just wanted to let you guys know, please leave me a comment and let me know what cards you're interested in, if there's any archetypes, if there's any themes, if there's any characters that you want me to build decks around, please let me know. Leave a comment below and I'll be sure to get back to you. Alright, let's get into the replays. Okay, so the first one is a pretty similar matchup. It's going to be Concealed Dinos versus Reasoning Gate. And I'm going to kind of speed through this, but I will show you the opening hand. And I'm going first here, and I open a brick, and I just set one bluff, but I don't really open that great here. Not too excited. But I make it work, so he just sets Deco, and he passes. And I don't have much, so shuffle my cards, and I end my turn. He pokes me for 14, and he gets his Thunder Dragons. And then this is the next turn. He tributes off for a Jinzo, and then he sets one, MST, and then that's the turn. So he ends his turn, and I go into my turn. And this is where I draw into Injection Fairy Lily, and this is where I kind of show this card's such a powerful normal summon, and it's not bad in a Reasoning Gate deck. So I do Giant Trunade just to get rid of everything, just to be safe. And I lose Reincarnation, but that's okay. So I do Snatch, and I have Injection Fairy Lily, and I swing. So that is not bad. That is not bad. So I bring it back. So now he's at 26. So I make things pretty interesting here. And I think he... Oh, and he gains 1,000 from Snatch. Yeah, he knows that he's dead here. You see, he draws into his normal summon, Sacred Crane. He can't do anything. So Fairy Injection Lily, really nice. So it's pretty funny. He opens okay. I'm surprised he... Yeah, so he tributes... He gets Demock right away, so not bad. And the one spell he milled is Pot. It's not bad. So he draws Snatch, draws Reasoning. And what does he do here? Yeah, okay, I was gonna say he has to commit to Reasoning. Okay. What do I call? I forgot what I called here. I'm gonna speed it up a little bit. I call 6. He gets 4. Special summon. He's just gonna set call, and he's gonna pass turn. So I have some options here. It's actually pretty nice. So I go Giant Trunade, get rid of his call just in case. So I go Snatch, I take his Demock, and I basically do the same thing that I did last game. And I go swing to banish his light, and then I hit him with Injection. He gets Graceful, which is unfortunate for me, because he gets MST off of it. Gets his Demock back, and then he gets a banish, and yeah, so I just give up there. And then we go into game 3, and I'm going first, and I draw Giant Trunade. So here, man, I know I have stuff. I know I have stuff to do. I have so many options here. This is a pretty hand, but I know he's playing his Reasoning Gate, so I just figure I might as well. Let's go. Let's do the showdown. Let's see who has the better reasoning gate, at least in this duel. All right, for all the marbles, so I go into Gillosaurus. That's one of my level 3s, so the chances of me getting another Gillosaurus are lower. And I get his big brother, Black Tyranno. Nice. Get the summon off. Then, this is where it's so nice with Gillosaurus because I can do my normal summon now, bring out Dark Triceratops, and then because of Gigantes, I have a follow-up play. I can banish and I have Gigantes, a 1900 body, and he just admits defeat because his normal summons can't do anything for him. And he doesn't have Gillosaurus, the little Gillosaurus spice, to jumpstart our, kickstart our engine. So you got to see 3/4 of the concealed dino package here. So Gillosaurus, Dark Triceratops, and Black Tyranno. Such nice synergy. All right, let's check out another replay. This one's versus Go Control, and this one you get to see how it can grind out for a bit. So I'm going to kind of fast forward. I get to go first. I'll show you my opening play. So I say, let's go. Double reasoning, let's shotgun it right from the get-go. Get some stuff engraved, perfect. I get Democ. That's great. And I'm thinking, what am I going to get here? And let's see what I have engraved. So I had Reasoning, Book, Prima, and Concealed. And I got back Giant Trunade because I had another Reasoning in hand. And I wanted the Giant Trunade as a follow-up for next play so I could wipe field before potentially swinging for, a huge shot. So I do Reasoning. Unfortunately, I get Gillosaurus, so that's one of the drawbacks of the deck. So I hit Gillosaurus, and that's just unfortunate. But I do get my normal summon and Injection Fairy Lily out, and I get Decree. So not a bad first turn. So he has to get rid of 2. And it's interesting how he gets rid of BLS, but sure. He has Book and he has Knock, that sucks. So, what is he? I think he does something interesting. Yeah, so he banishes. He just sets everything, and then he sets his Morphing Jar. So he's setting up for his Morphing Jar next play. Ooh, so this is why it's nice because I set up with the Giant Trunade, because I don't know what his back row is. He has a Torrential, Book, Mirror. But it doesn't even matter with Trunade because I have Decree. So I'll show you how I play it. I tribute off Gillosaurus to get him engraved. I already had an Earth engrave, but I got him engraved. Now I have fodder for Gigantes, but he chains Torrential to get rid of everything, and I say I'm good because I have Decree, and he has nothing to chain to that. So I banish off Monster, banish off my other Earth, and I swing heavy here. He does get to book my Triceratops, which is nice because now I can't do piercing, and then he gets his 5, and I lose my Giant Trunade, but for me, being a combo player and I already depleted all my resources, Morphing Jar, that's nice for me. Because look at how many cards I have on field now. So I hit him, and I poke him with Injection. I love her attack. And then he goes Knock. And that's a bummer because he gets rid of my Triceratops, but it's okay. He hits 2 off my hand. It's not even a problem because I can just swing. But then he makes things interesting. He has Scapegoats. So he can definitely stall. And then, man, I thought it was game there. That's embarrassing. So he gets me with Lightning Vortex, but I do have Scapegoat set, so I'm able to use that. And then I hit Reasoning. I get Jinzo. which makes it really nice. And I have meta in hand. Okay, so I'm going to slow it down here. So what's really nice is that I had Jinzo, I'm able to swing in, and I knew I had meta in hand, which means I also have tribute fodder now, because Dark Triceratops is just a single tribute. So now I'm able to bring out Dark Triceratops after I take one of his monsters. So he tries to, so I take his face down Serp. Doesn't even matter, I'm just trying to absorb as many monsters. Then, this is the interesting interaction with Triceratops. It's a Piercer, so Scapegoat, it doesn't even matter. I swing for 24, he only has 2100 left. That's game. Yeah, this deck is grindy. It can actually really sustain. I really like the meta off one of your tokens for a Thousand Eyes Restrict, because you can sit on Thousand Eyes Restrict for a while, or if you're ready to go into your play because you have the resources in hand, you can tribute him off and then you can go into your play. So I really like that. And Jinzo really came in clutch for the end here. That reasoning into Jinzo was strong. So nice little replay. This next one is a warrior / goat control, and I think I kind of make light work of this guy, honestly. Let me see. So I think it's pretty quick because I do open up pretty busted. So yeah, here's where I show off. It's so strong, having Cyberstein and Fairy Injection Lily as normal summons in hand in this deck, and also as reasoning and monster gate targets. Because if you mill them, they're also super powerful. Okay, so let's see how I play this out. So I go Cyberstein, pay the 5k, and I bring out Ryu Senshi so I could have the Trap Negate and he can't be affected by spells. I go Monster Gate, stole that from my Horus Gate deck. I love that Cyberstein synergy with Monster Gate because you tribute him off because he's a low attack monster and you paid the 5k, so you don't want to leave yourself vulnerable. So the synergy there is just so clean. I go into Big Brother Black Tyranno, which is perfect because, like I mentioned in the deck profile, he swings over defense monsters. It can be face up or face down, so it's a direct 26. And then now I can mop it up with Ryu Senshi. So clean first turn. And then I just wanted to play it safe, and I just kind of was flexing a little bit, and I go into King Dragoon. I like this play because Black Tyranno is level 7, so it gets you King Dragoon, which can't be targeted by basically card effects. So I go into that, and unfortunately, classic, he has Tribe Infecting Virus. He discards this too to wipe my board. But it doesn't matter because I have Gigantes. Top decked him, but he gets me that recovery because I always have Earths in grave. So I get a 1900 attacker on board to swing over Tribe. He gets rid of my cards in hand, and that's okay. And unfortunately for me, he has Blade Knight, which has just enough because he has only one card in hand. Pokes me for 100. Fortunately, I have my Scapegoats. And what's nice is when Gigantes is on the way out, and he's destroyed by battle, he destroys all spells and traps on the field. Scapegoats is chainable, so I'm able to activate it, but Metamorphosis is not. So he loses a card off of that. And he was forced to put that card down because he needed to bring Blade Knight up to 2k. So he lost a card off that, so not bad. So here is where Injection Fairy Lily can kind of suck because now I don't have the light points. So that's kind of the risk. But pulling her early game, especially with an OTK deck, it's strong. So here, I kind of lagged a little bit. So I just set the decree, and I'm stalling on the tokens. And I get Monster Gate. I get into my big boy. And this is where I love Monster Reincarnation because I trade off Injection Fairy Lily because she's a brick in hand. And guess what I get back? Gigantes. And now, because I traded Injection Fairy Lily, tribute her off. Now I have Gigantes on board. 1900. Swing, swing. Love that. Clear his board. Okay, so I lied. I didn't make light work of him. This is like a pretty long, drawn-out contest. But this is still a dope replay. This is cooler than I thought. So he has book, and here is where I love this deck. Again, the cool interactions that Dinos have. So I got Gigantes, and I'm able to special summon him out because I, of course, have Earth. I take out his Tsukiyomi. He flips my Jinzo face down. And I think I flipped him up face up earlier that turn, so I'm not able to flip him back face up. So he goes Scapegoats. He gets DD War Lady to take out Jinzo. So here's where I flex. This was me just styling, knowing that this was going to be in the replays. So I bring out Gillosaurus, and his effect is it allows the opponent to special summon a monster from their graveyard. So he's like, oh, cool, I get a special summon. And he brings out his Blade Knight, and it has 2k attack. So he's like, what is this guy doing? But now I go into my normal summon into Triceratops, and he's a Piercer, and he has tokens. So I just swing for 24, and he has 2400 left. So that's game. So the unnecessary style, but I had to do it to him. I had to show off the engine. I love that synergy, guys. I think Dinos and their defense interactions are really cool, and it gets highlighted through this deck and some of the cool plays. And when people pull out Scapegoats, it's really nice. And even when you go into your Gillosaurus and they put something in defense, it's nice. It's just so cool what this deck can do. Anyways, those are the replays. I just want you guys to leave me some card recommendations so I can build more decks. I really enjoy this series. It's been really fun building these decks. And because of this deck, I actually figured out something for my next deck that's up and coming. And I guess I'll drop a little bit of a teaser. But it's actually a Hino Yamada Dragon Fire Spirit Turbo deck. It's crazy, and it's partly inspired by this deck. So that's going to be on the way. I hope you guys enjoyed the replays, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.